the other part that argument. When we leave the neighborhood, guess who comes in?
Exactly.
So when we with money, I like how I said that we with money speaking into existence. When we with money leave the neighborhood, the others with money comes in, and then our people who don't have the money end up getting forced out because there's not enough of us to stay and buy stuff to help us continue to build.
Yeah, if you got a chance, check out the Advice Show. Phil from the Advice Show was talking about that, and how black people are actually being moved out of California because it's so expensive here. Our gas right now,
moving out of California.
Our gas, but us particularly.
Right. Oh yeah.
The gas right now in California is at $4. We're not even
$4
and the refinery has not blown up yet. And when it does blow up, that's gonna jack it up even more. But
y'all hear that? $4
a gallon,
and it's not even summertime yet.
And no refinery explosion.
In California, $4 a gallon. If I want to get 2 gallons, I got to pay $8. Now, I don't know what y'all drive. It costs me $40 to put a half a tank of gas in my car.
The country average is $2.37 for gas.
Ain't that some shit?
Southern California.
I saw also. I'm just saying because, to some people, $4 a gallon is not a lot of money.
That's a lot.
But to a lot of people, it is.
The average person in California, that is a lot.
80?
Yeah, and we were happy about that. We should be upset, but we were happy.
A month ago.
Yeah, we were happy.
So we were at 2 something, and now we're at $4, and that doesn't even include in California the 5-point-something cent tax that's going to be added on in the summertime.
Yes,
per gallon.
Right, and we're still waiting for the refinery explosion. I know you guys are like, what do you talk about refinery explosion? To justify keeping the prices up, there's always a refinery explosion that continues. So let's say the cost of barrels go down. In California, it was like an incident that always happened. There would be an explosion at the refineries. And then they say, we got to keep the gas prices up because now we're only down to so many refineries to refine the crude. Right. And that's what usually does us in.
But to your point, a lot of people, especially black people, but a lot of people are just like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I can't, I'm working to pay rent.
When the thing is disproportionately, it affects black people more so than other groups because we don't stick together. We don't practice group economics.
Right.
So that's going to force us to keep moving east as far as we can get. So if you guys are down in Houston where that
we coming to join y'all.
Yeah, when you guys have a spike in violence, that's probably these LA Negroes that have moved out there and brought the LA mentality with them.
The comments and the views of that dude does not necessarily reflect the comments and the views of
no, I'm just joking with that. But that's exactly what's happening to us. We're being priced out of California completely.
And Tay says, I filled up yesterday and it cost me $55 because what you driving. I need to get what you driving. But like I said, $40 a half a tank for me. That's what I paid.
Well, you got to remember, she has that economical hybrid, all wheels, capped.
And mine has an eco on it too.
Yeah, but hers is that hybrid,
I need to give me a moped.
Tay be ballin'. She be,
And Al says, I wonder if he had any relationship songs like, okay, you know what, I'm done with Al. Al can no longer be taken seriously. And Tay says, and I was at half tank.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yikes.
I was about to be mad and jealous for a minute. So she was already at half tank, and it's costing her an additional
$55
to fill up.
So she's looking at least $110.
See, I'm gonna be on the ignorant stuff. I ain't gonna be filling up for a minute.
Yeah, you gonna wait till you got the E comes on and the light, and you're gonna keep it at a fourth.
For a minute.
Yeah, keep it at a fourth.
Like you're gonna get $20.
Around
the block, right?
Yeah, and I know a lot of people saying, "Well, where's the mass transit?" You guys got to understand, in California, even if you had your own car to go somewhere, you got to think 2 hours ahead.
She said it's not a hybrid; it's a gas guzzler.
It's gas guzzler.
Okay, and hey, Ishmael, he says, people are always talking about the neighborhood is looking up with building of condos, but you won't be living in those condos.
Right.
Someone said gentrification.
Yes.
Right. That in Riverside, where I live. Like in downtown.
Yeah. All those loft homes.
They got the lofts now, the mission lofts.
And that used to be not like a bad area, but
to keep it real.
Yeah, it was a very depressed area. It was like old Riverside.
Yes, it's like don't walk down the street at night or at dusk.
Yeah, it was like the 1950s there. It was like they didn't do anything. They just moved the city hall everything down the street.
And now they got the lofts over there. It's in the they're red and like this nice red and gray type of building, nice and beautiful lofts, smack dab in the middle of, like you said, an area that probably hasn't been renovated since the 50s.
Right.
You know,
now a lot of people are going to sit there and tell you, well, what's wrong with that? You know, we always scream about, you know, they don't invest in the hood and, you know, urbanization and all this other stuff. The construction, it brings jobs, it brings this. Well, in our neighborhood, especially that stadium that's being built, most of the people doing the work are not black. Because we don't have construction skills. A lot of the construction firms that are doing it are Hispanic or white construction firms from San Jose and out of state.
That is why Carter G. Woodson talked about in the miseducation of the Negro is that, yes, the good degrees like in philosophy, psychology, all that stuff is good, but we still need people who know how to build. Like, where are the black construction companies?
Right.
Where are they?
Right.
Where are the black landscaping businesses? Where are the black car washes?
Well, you got to remember, because of reparations, they don't want to do this. That's why we need reparations, because that's why they don't exist as much as they should, because we weren't allowed to get those contracts. We were excluded.
What about if I just started small? You know, like me, I can wash my own car. I don't like to because I don't do a good job per se. I try and I just don't. But I'm like, it would be nice if I could just roll my car up to a black car wash. I mow my own lawn because I'm not going to pay anybody else to do the lawn. But what if I didn't want to do it that day? And it'd be nice to call up Leroy's Lawn Service.
Right.
Hey, you know, brother, can you come over and cut my grass today? Yeah, sure. Be nice to do that. Like, I have to do my own nails, you guys, and my own feet, because I won't walk into an Asian nail salon and
get
do
choked
those
out.
things. And get choked out. I just won't do it. Like, where are the black salons? So where I can walk in there and say, hey, girl, I'm back for my 2-week, you know, whatever the case is. Like, where we need those things. Even if it's something small. Hell, I even go to the house.
Right. And, you know, just real quick, even Phil said this. When you see a Starbucks coming into your neighborhood and, you know, and let's say your neighborhood was depressed. And
it's over.
Yeah, that's the start of gentrification.
Yep.
When you see the Starbucks and you see
the... no Starbucks like that, you know.
That's when they're going to start moving you out, right there.
Right.
That is the key.
And James says, hello, black builder and developer right here. So he's saying that's what I do. So
right on.
You guys, James, where are you at? What area of the country are you? Right so, I mean, these are the type of things that we need to know. If y'all have a business or something, shoot, put it out there. These are we need to know these things.
Right.
You know, Donovan can fix his whole house. You know, he just put up a big giant propeller in his house. It's a solar thing in his house yesterday.
Attic fan, yeah.
But let's say one day he didn't want to. What if he
And that's the sad thing, because you know we got a lot of Mexicans around here.
Yeah.
And they always are, you know, give me these signs. Oh, we'll put this up. We'll put the siding.
Leroy's solar business.
And that's why I have to do it myself, because like you just said, I would prefer to give my money to a brother or a sister, whichever the case may be.
Right, because we could put up propellers too.
Yes, versus Jorge and you know, the Perez company.
Right.
You know, and so I'm very tight when it comes to my money. So when there's nobody around, I do it myself. Right.
And then too, we talk about this a lot, especially out here. California is either Asian or Hispanic.
Yes.
White people, got a lot of white people.
Yeah, but they're in the nice, their own communities.
Everywhere you look now, you're seeing Asians and Hispanics and black people, or you're starting to see a few far in between.
Yeah,
like when I go walking on a mountain with my daughter, I see us, but I don't see us like I see everybody else.
Right.
And I tell her all the time, I said, this is just indicative of what's going on everywhere. This is about how it's going to be from now on. It's going to be a lot of them, the others, and then some of us, like sprinkling a couple of pieces of pepper in a salt, container.
It's almost the same. It's the same thing up in Detroit. All the black people are now migrating back to the South. But why
haven't we snatched up the properties in Detroit? That was dirt cheap. Somebody, I can't remember who I was watching.
Yes, $5,000. You can get a nice little spot.
Dr. Claude Anderson was saying that Detroit is now primarily Arabs.
Yeah, Arabs and Chinese.
Yeah, he was saying that like 87% of the gas stations there are Arab-owned.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they've gone in there and snatched up the properties that were dirt cheap due to all the, the factories that were closing and stuff. And that's another thing, we primarily rely as black people on factory jobs. And when those jobs left, then we were stuck.
Yep. And so now there's a mass migration to the South.
Right.
And there's not a lot of jobs in the South. When white people are competing for the same jobs,
like they used to back in the day, right? The jobs that they didn't want, but now they want them.
But in the South too, the Guatemalans and see, I know it's going to be unpopular what I just say right now, but there's some things that Trump does that I agree with. I'm not saying build the wall, metaphorically, but if we keep letting these people come in to replace us.
Well, but
New Orleans was pretty much rebuilt by
right,
Latinos.
And I agree with that. But while they're debating the wall, why don't we get our stuff together?
Well, and that's another thing about the wall. Do you know in some parts of the wall where they're repairing it or it has been approved, I looked it up. They are paying people $80-something an hour.
That's what I heard. They're paying $85 an hour to help build the wall. And who do you think those contracts is going to?
White companies.
Right. It's just a fact.
It's just what it is.
And then Al says there's plenty of black car washes, the water hose on the side of the house. And you know what? While you BSing, I would totally, if you had a car wash at your house,
my goodness.
I would drive up to your house and let you wash my car. Mm-hmm. If you had a little nail shop up out of the garage or whatever, we sitting at the kitchen sink, I would let you do that if it meant that I was giving you my black dollars. I don't have a problem with that because we got to start somewhere.
Wait. Well, what are the restaurants doing right now? You can order something and they'll deliver it to your house.
And also a lot of people, I don't have Instagram anymore, but from what I understand, a lot of people are starting to cook and stuff, and they're taking orders from Instagram. Mm-hmm. So they are doing it that way. So,
and of course, these chicks are tricking off on Instagram too, so you can get you some kids.
We don't want that. Hey, Artemis, and he says, how about having a mobile nail and salons? Yes, I know. Some people do. I just don't know where they are. But
yeah, why not?
It's travel. Mm-hmm. But we got to start somewhere. Because like I said, those things I just mentioned to y'all, doing my nails and washing the car and the lawn, I don't necessarily love doing those things.
Mm-hmm. Especially, when you're 28 years old.
When you're 28 years old, you're just getting up there, so you don't want to do those things. But I would rather do it myself than have, no shade to anybody, Hispanic, but, Gonzalez's landscaping business.
No, you're doing the exact same thing that they're doing. You're trying to practice group economics.
Right.
That's all you're doing.
Exactly. Because you ain't going to see Leroy and them pulling up to none of their houses to landscape their yard.
Exactly.
It's just the truth. And James says, so he's in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina.
Oh, right on. Oh.
Projects on in Maryland, Georgia, and my home state of Virginia. Let's go. So it says Sydney. Oh, hold on a second. Sidnor.
Mm-hmm.
Energy.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
.com. Mm-hmm. Have you?
Yeah.
Let me write it down.
You need to get you some, if you don't already have some contracts at some of those military bases. Like I used to be over at Camp Lejeune, man. You get over there, government at its worst. They just throw money at you and you ain't even doing the job.
So I want to repeat that because for my YouTube audience that will eventually see this, that is Sidnor Energy. .com, and that's SYDO. Start over. SYDNORENERGY.com.
Yeah, they're big over there.
He says that he is actually his company, his last name. He's so he is in Maryland, Georgia, and his home state of Virginia. Mm-hmm. Okay,
I've heard of them.
So he does construction and building.
Okay, right.
And hey, Arson, he says, hey guys, I just wanted to say I'm out here. I won't be saying anything because I will admit it for the first time. I am one of those guys who didn't know Nipsey until he got shot. But let's see, until he got shot. But since you guys are mentioning gentrification, you mean to say they're doing this ish to you guys in the USA too? Because he's in Canada.
Yeah. Yes.
So I can't believe this. Here in Montreal, Canada, there is a black neighborhood named Burgundy that was well situated near downtown, near the Forum, etc. And what they did all around it is they built expensive condos, brought in new businesses, rental prices for the barbershops skyrocketed, etc. Guys, the heart of the town is gone. Yep. It is slowly dying. They say that same thing about Harlem.
Harlem, New York. Yep.
You so there is no more folks. Harlem at the way we saw it when we went to visit or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is no longer. It's completely gentrified, which is so sad.
Very sad.
And the market says we don't snatch up property because we don't understand what investment means. We don't invest in stock markets because we don't understand what stock means. Mm-hmm. We don't trust investments with each other. Let's see. We don't with each other in group economics because we think that we're going to get play despite the fact that there may be contractual agreements. We don't do a lot of things because we don't know any better. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, here's the number one thing we were talking about it today before we came on show. Not just snatching up property. What about the property we're already in? Grandma dies, and everybody wants to sell the property.
Like, why do we do that? Why do we do that when the matriarch or the patriarch of the family dies? We get greedy and we want to sell it
and get the money.
You get your part, I get my part. It's like, okay. So what happens is we sell the house that you wasn't benefiting from anyway. Want to sell it, and then we sell it to somebody who's maybe from the Asian or Hispanic community, Arab, whatever. And then your people can no longer, it makes it hard for them to stay because they're just waiting. I have a friend on here named John Sanders. He, I forget where he's in. I think he's in Baltimore. But he has this initiative, this coalition where they go around and tear down the We Buy Houses signs for cash, because he said they do that in the neighborhoods, the black neighborhoods, to get people to sell so they can gentrify it. So he says that they go and tear the signs down, and they go to City Hall and say, you guys better do something because we're going to continue to tear it down. You're not going to come in here and get our people who are a lot of times probably struggling with, damn, let me sell mama house.
Yeah, and then they take that money, trick that money off, being child support payments or taxes or whatever.
And then Ling Wong and them got your damn house.
Right.
Right.
I mean, right here where I live right now, this used to be a white neighborhood because this was a big military community. Base closes, long story short. It's been 30, 40, 50 years actually. The neighborhood has changed now. It's mostly Hispanic. I'm one of the last black people in the neighborhood. You're the last
Negro on the block.
On the block.
Yeah. And it's sad.
It's sad, very sad.
And then Artemis, he says, we need the church to step up their game. I know we absolutely do need the church to step up their game. Yeah,
the prosperity message really screwed a lot of people up.
It's a prosperity message, and they collect so much money, and a lot of them are in the neighborhoods that are just totally dilapidated. And you got those people who are going there for hope, but yet when they leave the church and they go back to a situation that's just terrible, like where are the community centers? Where are the programs that actually help the people who are in the church when they're not in the church?
Right. Good point.
And then Al says, make a U-turn on the 405. You missed some comments. Did I really?
Oh, man.
He's so damn silly.
He's talking about the 405. And you know he's been visiting here too much. He knows about the 405.
I don't see any comments that I missed. Oh, I see you. Okay. I did, huh? So Tay says the price in downtown is insane. Yep. And Al says gas here in Houston is
how much?
$2.45. I don't have Eco in the tank, but definitely Oxy in the laundry tank. I should have went about with my better intuition.
That's it.
And then Tay says, if you're in LA, have an IG, follow Trap Kitchen. Ooh, yes. I've heard about Trap Kitchen.
Trap Kitchen.
But they're not vegan though. I think that's why I haven't visited them, because I don't think they're vegan. But I know they're black owned, and I have heard of Trap Kitchen. Yes. Right. Okay, so I'm writing this stuff down because I need to know these things. He says, it's black-owned food, and they are good. Okay. Emphasis on good. Okay? And then let's see. In Lavinia, you say, example, Lafayette Square, Paul Williams designed most of the houses there, and now are gentrified. Ain't that some mess?
Yep. Sad.
We got to stop that. We just got to stop that.
Well, here's my question for you, Demetra. If all these black people are moving, where are they moving to? And if we're moving to a centralized area, let's do that and build Blackville or whatever, and out in Texas or Oklahoma, get some land and everybody we all buy into it.
First we got to get rid of that mind frame of I need to go move in a better community. I need to go to a better neighborhood. Right. We also know when we as black people say we're going to move somewhere better, we mean somewhere white.
Right.
When we say we'll send our kids to a better school, that means a white school. And so on an individual basis, we're like, I'm doing good. Like, I can afford this $3,000 a month mortgage. Because you might be able to. But what about the rest of your people?
Right.
Because eventually that's going to come back to you.
Well, and let me say this for the listeners out there. Okay, I am the last Negro on the block. And because I'm the last Negro and I have not sold, what is your biggest expense living?
Your house,
or where you live, your overhead, your rent, your mortgage. Because I don't have a mortgage, and I'm not bragging on that. The thing is, because I don't have that overhead, I can do other things, which means it's wealth within itself. We gotta stop.
Donovan always talks about people wanted him to sell his
all
home.
The time.
And he's like, what am I selling my house for?
Right.
Because we talked about this before it came on, and you sell your house, you're the last black man in this vicinity anyway. Who else is going to move in here?
Right.
Then there goes the neighborhood.
There goes the neighborhood.
I mean, I'm just saying, so it's like you own the house free and clear. Why would you sell it? Like hold on to, we need to start holding on to what we have.
Especially when I started getting more notices when they saw me doing the improvements on the house. So now they're like, oh, this guy's.
And that's what Nipsey was trying to do. He was trying to say, okay, I see what y'all doing. Y'all building up and gentrifying. Okay, I'm going to put something right here.
Exactly.
And how y'all like that?
Yeah, do you guys remember? You guys remember a few years ago in the 80s where that Donald Trump was trying to make that casino in New Jersey or something, and this old lady had property there, and he tried to public domain it. And he was petitioning the city, and
she's like, "From my cold hands."
And he had to end up building around her, and it was like a little denomination in this building where the lady finally died. Then he took over the property, whatever, and they sold the property. Her family sold the property.
Dummies.
But the point is, he ended up having to go around her property because he couldn't get it.
Right.
Hold
on to it.
Hold on to your property.
Yesterday, Amir Johnson of the Philadelphia 76ers said he used his cell phone while on the bench because his daughter was extremely sick. So I guess some player got in trouble or something. Okay, because he was telling me about it. And Erica says, I've been to many free seminars for property investing, and I would be one of 5 in a group, say, of 500. It is them or us. Or them, as she's asking the question. And that's probably pretty accurate. When we go to those type of things, there's not very many of us, and it's like, why?
Because we're not teaching our kids values, and we're not.
And I think that, and I think it's also because we are barely surviving. And so when you're barely surviving, and I've been to that point before, when I was just barely surviving. And so when you're barely surviving, it's hard to see that kind of stuff. Because it's like, damn, I'm trying to figure out what we're going to eat tomorrow, let alone go buy some property. And so first, we need to fix ourselves, to the level where we're not struggling and surviving as much anyway. And then when we do get the lump sum of money, whether it's taxes or whatever, take care of our foundation and then say, hey, I got some money here. Let's invest it.
See, what I don't understand is you got this lunch programs that, we don't take advantage of lunch programs. But, okay, I have friends that are doing well. They get their nails done. They get their hair done. They put their weaves in. You know how I feel about that. But then I look. And they're feeding their kids top ramen all the damn time.
Damn.
So, so what I'm saying is we have to start thinking a new way where we got to get our kids, number one, nutritious. Because if all that salt and sodium. Come on now. So
to your point, we got to fix ourselves. And then we can look at, as Erica said, being more than just one of 5 in these seminars when we're learning about investing and stuff, because we've gotten that taken care of first. We're not, struggling and surviving and all that kind of stuff.
Well, there's a rule in the art of war. You can't fight a war if you don't know anything about your enemy.
True.
So you got to study what they're doing that makes them so successful. Why was Napoleon considered one of the greatest statisticians or whatever, strategists ever?
Uh-huh.
And all these countries studied what this man did, Shaka Zulu. Because all Napoleon did, by the way, was take Shaka Zulu's strategy and put it in the modern times where he was at.
Right.
Separating and, whatever. That's another story. But my point is, you got to know what they're doing so that you can be successful.
Absolutely. And let's see. And Lavinia, it says, one of the top 5 disgusting aspects of racism is no transgenerational wealth transfer. Nipsey was working to curb that. Absolutely. There is none. What is that? It's, being able to leave a legacy to your kids or the next generation. And we don't do that. Unfortunately, a lot of times when we die, we leave debt. We don't leave a legacy.
Well, how many of you guys out there have heard of this, the show Hoarders? Okay. That is a prime example. It's an extreme example of what we do as a people. Now, you got these people that have got all this stuff. Now, you don't know what kind of wealth is sitting in that hoard, but what's the first thing those kids do when they come there? They just throw everything out without knowing what is in there.
Right. Because they don't want anything to do with it.
And that's what we do as a people. That's what we do as a people, as black people.
Right.
Oh, I don't want to do a grandma's house. Let me just sell it.
Right.
I don't want to but I want the car.
Right.
She had a Mercedes. I want the car. And then you get the Mercedes. You don't have enough money to maintain it if it breaks down. And you run it into the ground. And then it goes to the junkyard and somebody takes it and fixes it. Because, German cars are very good. But
right. And Arson says the only thing you should do if your house is paid off instead of selling it is maybe refinance it for a small amount to invest in your money in a project, bond, stocks, and real estate. Yeah, absolutely.
Or keep it and make it rental property to generate you money.
A rental property. What happened when you made your house a rental property?
Well, okay, here's something for everybody that doesn't know. When you're in California dealing with these type of people out here, where people are struggling, literally, they don't care. In California, the renter has more rights than the owner.
It's called due process.
Right. You got to give them due process. And in a lot of cases, if you really want your property back, in a timely manner, you got to pay them
and
to
it's
get
like
out.
6-9 months before you get to that point. Right. And by then, you exhausted all your financial resources.
And if you want to get before the 6-9 months, you negotiate with them. They might charge you. Well, I'll leave if you give me $20,000.
Right.
How bad do you want your property back?
You leave by sending the homies to your house.
Right. And so it's gotten that bad out here, but it's a nightmare. And when you're dealing in a society to where the wealth gap is so huge, what's the point of suing somebody that ain't got nothing?
Right. And then Marcus says, why not create right now a group investment project and build on that weekly? As you said, we have to start somewhere. And that somewhere is here because you have Mitchell's right in front of you. In front of you. I don't. Maybe I missed what you were saying, but who is
Mitchell's? Is that some store or something?
I'm not for sure.
Or missiles?
No, not missiles. Okay. I hope not. No, we got some missiles in front of us. You never know at Donovan's house. There might be some missiles up in here.
Like I said, I'm ready.
Right. I know, but I like that. In fact, I was talking with Ricky once. I don't know if he's still on here, but he was saying the same thing. Let's start an investment group. And then he said, we decided, well, why not start the investment group? And I know a lot of families do it, but start an investment group with your family. Everybody gets, because, I hate to say it, but people are going to have that trust issue. Or I don't trust you. Okay, so start.
Or when the payments due so short on their end.
So start with your family members first. Hey, family, let's get together. Let's have this meeting. Okay, every payday, we going to all put in $20.
I need my $20 for gas. I can't do that. My nails. I got to get my nails done.
So that's where you have to get good at the communication process.
There you go.
And say, this is why we need this money.
Right.
Everybody put $20, $50 in a week with the goal of doing X,
why do I got to put $20, $50 in?
Well, what's going to happen is when you're going to get cut out of the project, and then when you see us getting it up and running, then you're going to be on the outside looking in. So I suggest you be quiet and adding up your money.
Yeah, and it always works like that. When the thing hits, then they want their fair cut.
They say when you build a thing,
equal cut. Right.
Yeah. But so start with your family with the goal of doing something. That's what Asians do. There's a book that I was reading called Hidden Secrets of Oriental Wealth he's not on here. I don't see him. He actually recommended me to read about 2 years ago, and I shared it with everybody. The Hidden Secrets of Oriental... Oh, my charger's dying. Hidden Secrets of...
No, leave it. So you'll know.
Hidden Secrets of Oriental Wealth. And it talked about how Asians will... collect their money, just like I said. They'll collect their money together, and then when somebody needs to start a business, they'll say, "Okay, we got $100,000." Let me see if it's charging.
It's probably your cord.
It looks like it is. Okay. I'll let you know if it gives me the So somebody needs to start a business. Hey, I have $100,000. We got $100,000. Okay, you take the $10,000, $20,000, get your business going, and when you get the money back, put it back, and then the next person who needs to move, buy a house.
No, I got to buy Jordans for my child.
Nah, you ain't gonna be included then. Okay, and so
he needs Jordans.
So start with your own. Let's start with our own families to do that. Let's build the fund of perhaps.
And let me strongly recommend payroll deduction, please. Or some kind of direct deposit where you're going to get the money right out. Because if you have to wait for so and so to show up on a Friday with her payment,
the honor system, like. You know who's who are the people in your family who gonna do the right thing. Right. So just go by the honor system. All right, every Friday get paid, put your money in, and we're gonna do whatever.
Or how about this? And I would suggest this in your suggestion. Everybody try to be at the same banking facility. You know what I mean? Like you guys, as the group itself, everybody part of the same banking.
You can do that, or let's start the account at a banking facility, preferably a black bank.
Right.
Even though some people will say the black banks are still regulated by the government, the FDIC, but it's a start.
Right. But what I'm saying is you have that mutual thing where you guys are all together.
Right. But you can work out all the dynamics you need to with your family, where you're going to bank and all that. But start with your family, an investment group with your family. I know my daughter and we have some things that we are going to be doing in the near future. She wants to buy a lot and start farming on it in the neighborhood, because we know that in a lot of the neighborhoods there are food deserts, and so she wants to start farming on the land and open up like a co-op where people can come buy fruits and vegetables from in the neighborhood. Okay, and so Lavinia says, I disagree with that. And I think she was talking about what to do with the money with the house that you own. And Erica, she says, I own a business and I've tried to offer space for other black small business owners to use for little or no money, and I was looked at as an opportunist. Really? What Jealousy. Can I do to explain building as a community in my area? Help. You know, and that's so sad.
Jealousy.
But those same people, and I hate to talk about us, but they'll go and get a white man, rent and on time, but won't be able to afford it because they too busy trying to front. But here the sister is trying to give them an opportunity to open up a small business, probably not as much as they're going to pay on their own, but yet they can see an opportunity. I'm trying to help you.
Well, the funny thing is, okay, everybody wants to be a business person. Now, you see the white guy does it, and, it's expected that the guy is going to make a profit. He's a businessman. You want to make him some kind of profit.
Right.
Now, when we take that same thing for us, we don't want you to make a big profit.
Well, and that's unfortunate. But, Erica, I would just say this. Just keep talking to people, because the people who are like-minded are going to see what you're trying to do, and they're going to jump on that opportunity. So the people, this is what because I have to take this advice myself, which is why I don't work with a lot of people, and it's a long story. But those people are like, well, you don't want to work with those people anyway, because they ain't going to act right. But there are people out there who will, say, I'm trying to help my brothers and sisters out. I want to give them the first opportunity. You got a small business you want, come on over. And that way, because Erica, you're into the paint and sip type of thing, right? She has a painting business where you go and have parties and you paint and drink. Yeah. Very successful.
Do I get a discount?
Stop it.
If I come?
No.
Oh. I don't want to go with her.
But yeah, just keep talking to people. You'll come across somebody who's like-minded and who want to,
do the right
take
thing.
you up on your opportunity.
Exactly.
And Lavinia says rents are so bad. People are bidding for apartments. Yeah, especially in California, they're bidding on San Francisco.
Yeah, if you want to be in downtown LA, one-bedroom apartment, gentrified apartment, you're looking at $2,600, $2,700.
Downtown Riverside is that for a loft or
yeah.
Crazy as hell.
And the thing is, the only people that can afford those are what?
Got it. And then
white folks,
right? And then she says, replying to, let's see. Marcus says, replying to Erica, I meant to say you have the tools right in front of you. You and Donovan would be a great start to build. So you talking about the fund? We could do that, but I always just think it's easier to start with the people who are closest to you.
Yeah, your family members.
We can all have that conversation with people we know who are closest to us. Your family. That's what everybody else does. They have, they start with their family, then they branch out and they own all kind of stuff. So start there, and then you can start bigger.
But, and what kills me is this. Okay, my mom's the oldest of 12 children, and my dad's the second oldest of like 22. 16 or 17 of them alive still right now. And they have kids and cousins. You could just start right there. There's your conglomerate right there.
But Marcus says, I believe the start with your family project is a bad idea. Family creates a mess that you can't get out of, but a sound investment among people getting to know each other is something you can.
I agree with you, brother.
It's something you can build upon, and there is no personal feelings involved should someone decide to walk away.
Right.
You know what? I disagree with that for this reason here. If I can't get along with my family, how I'm going to get along with, because how I know I ain't the one that's causing the problems. We got to fix that ideology within our family, because we all know there's somebody who ain't going to act right. Okay.
Well,
maybe they don't get to be involved right now.
Well, it's in the family dynamic too. And I have to agree with the Marcus more so. The family dynamic more so is like, I have this big family, right? They're expanding. My cousin is married, or baby daddy's this guy. He's influencing her, seeing what's going on in the family dynamic.
Listen, we are all, because right now, and I hate to say this to you and Marcus, I love y'all both to death, but we got to get out of the low-level thinking.
Gotcha.
Because that's why we keep stopping ourselves. I would, but because On the other hand, I love y'all, but I gotta say this. On the other hand, y'all talking about the family members who ain't gonna do this, that, but y'all the main one coming up with all the reasons. So at some point in time, I'm just saying, at some point in time, we gotta stop doing that. We gotta just get past it. Well, we know. I gotta think a couple family members who ain't gonna act right in mine. All right, we gonna write it up to where you don't get to control the money,
right?
And if you get the acting up, then we just gonna,
we're gonna buy you out.
Yeah, write it up that way, like an agreement, like you would do anywhere else.
Well, when me and Tay get married,
there you go.
And we got our money together,
speaking into existence.
And whatever Tay says,
right. Shit, y'all can buy up the whole neighborhood.
That's what I'm saying.
And so Lavinia says, true about agents. I work in escrow. Sometimes we get 22 checks from families for the deposit.
Yeah.
Now, see, like 22 checks, but they make it a deposit.
Right. 200, 150.
But they're working together for a common goal of domination. And we talk about Auntie Whoop-de-Whoop ain't going to want to act right. Mm-hmm. But they got 22 checks buying up a property somewhere.
But Auntie Whoop-de-Whoop got her 2 kids, Ray Ray and Pookie, sitting up on the counter.
That's
and she
fine,
don't
but we write it all up. Auntie Whoop-de-Whoop, you want in on this coalition we got? Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. All right. Okay, what we going to do is write it up like this, and the uncle and the Ray Ray and the Pookies and all. Like we're smarter than that. We are dumbing ourselves down.
Gotcha.
We are. We like, come on. You got 11 goddamn degrees.
Yes.
You can't figure out how to get past with Auntie
Whoopty Whoop. Wait. You know I know how to do it.
Right.
You know I know how to do it.
You smart. You can't get past, Ray Ray and Pookie and Auntie Whoop-de-Whoop and Uncle, Tay-Tay as Donovan. You can't get past them.
Of course. Tay-Tay.
I'm just saying, I'm asking some questions. And Lavinia says, I disagree with the premise that it's a renter's market. We have no power. Yeah. We live in California where there ain't no rent control. Well, most of it is not.
Yeah, most of
it is not. No rent control. You can have your landlord one day raise it.
But no, Prop 13 applies to homes. So, apartments and stuff, condos, there's no rent control. But so you're renting a house or whatever, the land, there's nothing stopping the landlord from raising your rent to whatever they want. Because they like, where you gonna go? Whatever happened to the rent's too high party?
The dude in New York, he said the rent is too damn high party. I'd have voted for him all day long if he was out here. Like, for real. And let's see. Marcus says, how about investing with like-minded strangers from the start to finish on a project that is successful? Then go back to your family and say, look what I did without you. I know what the black family, what the black family people are. Give me proof first, people. But see, we got to get past that. If that's how you think, because like I said, I got people in my family who think like that too. Mm-hmm. But we just got to get good at having conversation. Do you always want to not have nothing? I mean, of course, you might say it in a different way. Do you always want to be struggling? Do you always want to be trying to figure out how you're going to pay your rent and your mortgage? Do you always want to be coming to me borrowing money? Or do you want to figure out a ways to where we can get up and run in and we can have money coming in?
Make our money, then go our separate ways.
Right. So why you got all this, I don't know about, I don't trust you and all this, what y'all gonna do? Why you doing all that? We going to be building. So we would rather build with you. But if you're going to have your negativity, stay over there. Pay the man rent and be going to checking the cash and figure out how, I'm just saying, and figure out how you going to pay your bills. Have a repo man coming to look for you every 30 days or because you
hiding the car
because you're 3 months behind. You go and do all of that with your low level thinking, but right now we are building. Mm-hmm. That's how you got to start talking to some of these people.
Gotcha.
Because I know I'm about to have a conversation with some people in my family. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just saying. And let's see. And Lavinia says, family dynamics is life's greatest mystery. Yeah, it is. And it's not perfect.
Especially when you got the outside family members coming in. Yeah. The in-laws.
Right, but start with your immediate family. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're not the hell you talking about because you already do that.
What?
You guys invest.
Oh, yeah. So we're intertwined. We're intertwined. But we're a small group. It hasn't expanded to the family.
But I'm saying it's doable.
It's doable.
It's doable. It is.
But I'm going to tell you why it's going to be doable. You got to have a strong central matriarch or patriarch or somebody that is going to be the center and that strong. If you don't have that in your family and everybody, Tay-Tay and Deontay and Aunt Shirley and all them just running the streets, it's not going to work.
Right, okay.
You got to have somebody there that is level-headed.
I agree with you 100%. And Lavinia says only 3 cities in LA County have rent control. So that's what I thought. Primarily, California doesn't have rent control. Right. I think San Francisco has some sort of laws, but they're getting around
No. Yeah, what it is the law is, especially in San Francisco, is they can raise the rent, but only by so many percentage.
And they're not. And I think the Ellis Act, if I'm not mistaken, is you can't, because that's what they're doing in San Francisco. They're selling the properties because the tech industry is moving in. So what they're doing is they're not supposed to be able to sell the property to turn around and rent it for higher. So they're not supposed to be able to kick you out in order to sell it or rent it for
But they
more
can
money.
raise the rent, but only by so many percent.
But they're finding loopholes around that to do that. Yeah. And so Marcus says, Demetri K, are you doing any group investments with your family right now? And if so, how is it going? If not, what are you waiting on? Laugh out loud. Yes. Wow, I practice what I preach. As I said, my daughter and I are looking into buying some property as we speak. So that's just my immediate family. Also, her father has a business, which he's getting ready to let it go. And so I'm going to sit down with him. Her father and I aren't together, obviously. But I want to talk to him and see if he'll let us acquire it. It's a pretty good business. Yeah. Right. So yes.
I might be interested in that.
See it? See what I'm saying? So yes, I walk the talk. I'm not one of those people who, sit up and say, wow. No, absolutely.
Yeah, you point out the disconnect.
And I have and just to be a little bit more transparent with you, my family has an investment background. Like I come from a family of investors who have the knowledge. And so, no, absolutely. My brother, and my oldest brother, he is a financial guru. And he has just started another company, but I've always invested with him. Always. Whether it was real estate, life insurance, whatever. I've always. And so, yes, I am walking the talk. And let's see. And Lavinia says they sell property in San Francisco by the square millimeter. Yes, I was watching.
Oh my God.
It was a little bitty space. They were selling for $700,000.
Yeah.
And they said they had people lined up all over trying to get it because there's no that was considered affordable.
Yes.
I'm like, huh?
Yeah. It was almost like the size of a dumpster.
Right. And she said that she had a line. Her appointment book is just always booked with people once. So she's waiting for the highest bidder. Exactly. Probably somebody going to come in with cash and just buy it,
Right.
And then you also say, no, I'm sorry. And then Al says, I'm going to open up a business. I got to read Al's comments because he be acting up. So he says, I'm going to open up a business, a state-of-the-art rec center with TVs, phones, tabloid magazines, chicken dinners, and candy bars for nosy guys and black mothers, especially like mine. Well, I mean, it's a black business.
That's it.
You know what?
How successful would that be?
The thing about sales and making money is find a need and fill it. Find what people want and get them what they want. So to your point, like you're joking, but imagine if you had a hub for older black women to go and spend money and talk and do whatever the case is, and everybody's making money. See, you think you're joking all the time, but somebody is going to do just that. Have a social club like they used to do, so there you go. Get it started, Al. Go ahead. And Erica says she's replying to Marcus. So, Marcus, what's up with collab on the duplex, triplex, or fourplex?
Whoa, there we go.
Challenge. That's what I'm talking about. Marcus says I would encourage a segment on land. Showing the basic principles of how to do safely with people you know. You'd be surprised how many vowels, and I don't know that you would get. So I'm not sure what that meant, but I mean, it sounds like it said buy land. I don't know. But yeah, and Al says pull over and gas up because you missed some more comments. No, I didn't miss your comment. I saw exactly what you said, and I chose not to read it because it was a little bit on the vulgar side. I saw it. So anyway, how much time we got?
You got about a minute, 2 minutes on the podcast.
Okay, so on the podcast, really quick before I lose you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I wanted to talk about Nipsey's parents really quick, and I wanted to say big ups to his mom, and really this is kind of saying something good about his dad now.
What? A father gets props?
Yes. And during the service, the mother alluded, or she didn't allude, she said that her and Nipsey and Sam's dad are divorced for various reasons. I won't get into, but
yeah, you young folks, yeah.
But she didn't let feelings for the father get in the way of him raising his sons. And it turns out that he raised some good sons. Not that they get in little gang problems here and there. Yeah, sure, you know. But for the most part, he raised these men to be men. And so as I was listening to her, because her whole testimony was just awesome. I mean, it went on forever. And I understood she, internally was grieving, probably just wanted to say all she could about her son. But just like, this lady was so woke. And I know we use that word a lot, but she was just talking about praying to the ancestors and, he's not, dead and gone per se. He's, morphed into energy because we all come from energy. Just you could tell that she's done a lot of studying and she knows who she is. And in turn, she's taught her children to know who they are. And so,
isn't that another show?
It is, but yeah, I was like, wow.
No, because if more black women would be like this woman here and teaching them right versus the bullshit, I think we would be a lot farther than where we're at.
We just need to get back to that because that's the stuff we used to do. We used to,